Let's begin on all fours, starting with cat-cow. On the exhale, we're tucking the chin, rounding the back, stretching like a cat. And on the inhale, we pick the head up, bringing a slight sway to the lower back. Repeat that, going at your pace. Start to bring the awareness to the breath. We will try to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, using the Ujjayi breath. The fingers are spread out wide. The wrists are directly under the shoulders. And you're pulling your navel in towards the spine. And let's do that cat-cow 2 more times, going at your pace. When you finish, come to a neutral spine position. Cross your big toes over each other and sit back into extended child. Forehead resting on the mat. We are walking the fingertips forward and dropping your bottom a little bit closer to the heels. Anytime you need to rest during our practice today, you may come here to child's pose. We are making a transition to downward facing dog. Keep your hands and feet right where they are. Curl the toes under. Press the hips back. Tailbone reaches up to the sky. We are looking at our feet. Framing the head with the arms. And on the inhale, let's lift our heels away from the mat. Exhale, slowly lower. And we'll do that again. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, slowly lower. One more time, awakening the feet, the lower legs, and then just hold your down dog. We are now coming forward to plank pose. Shift the hips forward until the wrists are directly under the shoulders. Your body's in a straight line. You can be on your knees or your toes. Modified plank looks like this. Dropping the knees, make sure you're not on your kneecaps. Holding plank for 2 full breaths, neutral spine position. Inhale, exhale, pressing back to down dog. So we're going to shift a lot of that weight out of the arms into the legs. And one more time, coming forward to plank pose, knees or toes, neutral spine, neutral pelvic. Inhale. Exhale, pressing back to down dog. Step your right foot forward. Step your left foot forward. We are folding into Uttanasana. Let the head be heavy. Standing forward fold. Inhale to monkey pose. Fingertips come to the mat. If that's not working for you, place your fingertips on your shins. We're lifting the heart. Reverse swan dive up. Exhale, closing the pose. And now we're coming to the top of the mat in mountain, Tadasana. Mountain pose is where we start our sun salutations. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Folding into Uttanasana, let the head hang down. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, left foot steps back to a lunge position. Take your time coming up to a high lunge or a low lunge. You can drop your left knee if you need to modify. Stepping back to down dog. Feet are about hip distance. We're looking at those feet. Now we're coming forward to plank, knees or toes. Internally rotate the elbows. Chaturanga, whole body hovers over the mat. Upward facing dog. Drag yourself up onto the tops of the feet. Press back to down dog. Now the left foot steps forward. Inhale. Rising up to the lunge, feet staggered, toes pointing forward. Exhaling to down dog. Coming forward to plank pose, knees or toes. Chaturanga, elbows close to the ribs, upward facing dog, down dog. Let's walk or jump, feet to hands. Folding into Uttanasana, let the head be heavy. Inhale, monkey, lift the heart, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, standing back arch. This pose is technically a back bend. It's very gentle. You're looking up towards the ceiling. You're not throwing your head back. Inhale, exhale, closing the pose. Now our second sun salutation, we're gonna move through just a little quicker. So we're trying to build some heat here. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Folding into Uttanasana. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, left foot steps back. Inhale, rising up lunge. Exhaling to down dog. We come forward to plank, knees or toes. Chaturanga. Up dog, gentle scoop. Down dog. The left foot steps forward. Inhale, rising up to the lunge. Exhaling to down dog. Now we come forward to plank. Drop your knees if you're struggling. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Walk or jump, feet to hands. Uttanasana, fold. Inhale, monkey, lifting the heart. Reverse swan dive up. Exhale, standing back arch. Focus on the breath. Keep the knees bent. Don't overstretch. Inhale, exhale, closing the pose. Now we're going to do that same sun salutation one more time, making sure we're getting our muscles really warm. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward, folding into Uttanasana. Inhale, monkey. Exhale, left foot steps back. Inhale, rising up lunge. Exhaling to down dog. Now come forward to plank, knees or toes. Chaturanga. Up dog, down dog. The left foot steps forward. Inhale, rising up lunge. Exhaling to down dog. Do that again, coming forward to plank. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Walk or jump, feet to hands. Uttanasana, we fold. Inhale, monkey, looking forward slightly. Reverse swan dive up. Exhale, standing back arch. We are breathing. Inhale, exhale, closing the pose. Now we're back to mountain. So we're standing tall, shoulders are relaxed, palms facing forward. Inhale, reaching the arms up, and exhale, sit into Utkatasana, chair pose. You are sinking the lower body, just like you're sitting down into a chair. Your weight should be in your heels, pulling the navel in towards your spine. Inhale, exhale, we're folding forward, Uttanasana. Release the hands to the mat, walk or jump to plank pose. We're here on our knees or our toes, holding plank. And we're gonna stay here for 5 full breaths. If it gets to be too difficult on your toes, you're dropping down onto your knees. Really pay attention to the breathing. If you hold your breath, this will be much, much harder. Strong contraction in the core. We drop our knees, cross the big toes over each other, and we're resting in child's pose. See if you can walk your fingertips a little bit closer to the front edge of the mat. And then you're dropping your bottom closer to your heels. Transitioning now, let's go to down dog. Hands and feet right where they are. Curl the toes under, pressing the hips back. You're looking at your feet. Inhale, lifting the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, we bend the right knee. We will open up the hip, turning that hip out to face the right side of you. Now we're gently looking under the right arm, bringing the hips square to the mat. Step your right foot forward. Pause, pick your head up, Take your time as you come up to the lunge. Hands prayer position at your heart. And let's take a gentle twist to the right. Left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. You're pulling the right shoulder back. We're turning the torso to face the right. If you start to feel kind of unstable or wobbly, you're just dropping that left knee to the mat. We are coming back to center. Bring the hands to the mat. Pull the right foot back. We find ourselves in down dog. Take a moment to bicycle out, alternate heel presses. And we're going to go back to our upper body flow. Coming forward to plank, knees or toes. Chaturanga hover. Upward facing dog. Down dog. And we're going to do 2 more of those. Forward to plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. 1 more time. Drop your knees, cross the big toes over each other. This time we'll place our hands on top of our feet, forehead resting on the mat. So you're taking full posture child's pose, giving the shoulders a chance to rest. Slow transition, we're reaching those arms out, extended child. Take your time as we go to down dog, curling the toes under. We are pressing the sit bones back, not forcing the heels down. Inhale as you lift your left leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bending your left knee. We're going to open up that left hip so it's turning out to face the left side of you. Pay attention to the breath. Now bringing the hips square to the mat, step the left foot forward. Pause as you pick your head up. Come up to the lunge. Hands prayer position at the heart. Twisting to the left. Right elbow comes to the outside of the left knee. Pull the left shoulder back. Turning your torso to face the left. Strong contraction in the core. If you start to feel kind of wobbly here, you're dropping that right knee to the mat to modify. Let's come back to center. Place one hand on either side of the foot. Pull that left foot back. Here we are in down dog. Take a moment to bicycle out, alternate heel presses. Now we're coming forward to plank. We're dropping down onto the forearms into our dolphin plank. So your body's in a straight line. You're not piking your hips up, nor are you sagging your hips down. Let's slowly turn and rotate. Let the left hip bone barely touch your mat. Back to center and pause. Slowly turn and rotate. The right hip bone will barely touch the mat. Come back to center and pause. And now repeat. So you're just taking that at your pace. You are not plopping your hips down onto the mat. Let's do 1 more, each side, at your pace. When you finish, you're dropping your knees and then rest in child's pose. We are moving now, extended child to down dog. Curl the toes under. We are pressing the hips back, tailbone reaches up to the sky. From here, we walk or jump, feet to hands. Folding into Uttanasana, let the head hang down. Now clasp your hands at your lower back. We will straighten the arms, standing chest expansion. At this point in our practice, your hamstring muscles should be pretty warm, so we'll try to take the legs 90 to 95% straight. Remember, you're not pulling on the arms, and if your neck feels tight, Just turn your head from side to side. Bringing the hands to the mat, either standing table if you have the flexibility. We're going to try to get the palms of the hands on the mat. If that doesn't work, fingertips for monkey or fingertips on the shins. Pick the head up, look forward just a little, and then reverse swan dive up. Exhale, closing the pose. So we are at the top of the mat. We're ready to balance. Now for balance, we need to have a focal point. We're looking at something that's not moving. Put your weight on your right leg. Make sure the knee is bent. Keep your eyes on that focal point. Take your left hand to your left ankle and reach the right arm up. This is called King Dancer preparation. And if you're having trouble with your balance, you will stay right here. Now the full posture, we can tip forward, fingertips reaching out in front. You're not pulling on the leg. Keep your supporting leg bent. 3 things help us with our balance. So it's the focal point, the breath, and the core. If you lose your balance, do not give up. Just try again. Let's slowly release. Take a second to shake that right leg out. It's normal to feel some fatigue in the supporting leg. Now the left leg, we're bending the knee. Find your focal point. Keep your eyes on that one thing, our drishti, we call that. And make sure you keep your eyes there. Right hand to the right ankle, reaching that left arm up. You can stay here in preparation pose if you're struggling to balance, or you may try the full posture by tipping forward, reaching those fingertips way out in front. Remember that you're not pulling on the leg. Core muscles engaged. Ujjayi breath. We try to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Don't get discouraged if you lose your balance. Keep trying. You will get better at balance through practice. And now we release. Take a second to shake that left leg out. We're standing tall and mountain, shoulders back. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Folding into Uttanasana. Let your head hang down. Make sure you're letting gravity take the weight of your head and bring it closer to the floor. Now placing the hands on the mat, we walk or jump to plank. And we're going to practice our side plank. So you might want to use a yoga block if you have one. Place your right hand directly under the right shoulder. Turn and look to the left. Reach that left arm up. Stack or stagger your feet. And to modify, we simply drop the right knee. So it looks like this, Vasisthasana, side plank. Now, a lot of people say this pose hurts their wrist. So you've got to make sure the fingers are spread out wide and the wrist is directly under the shoulder. Again, use that block if you need it. Slowly come back to your regular plank. We will evenly distribute the weight between the right and the left. And now other side, left hand directly under the left shoulder. Turn and look to the right. Reach that right arm up. You're glancing down the left arm to make sure the wrist is directly under the shoulder. Modify by dropping the left knee if you need to. Let's come back to our regular plank, knees or toes. And now we're resting in child's pose. If the shoulders are really tired, you may place those hands on top of the feet. Slow transition, extended child to down dog. So we're looking at our feet. Inhale as you lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Pause, pick your head up. Take your time coming up to your lunge. And now we're going to warrior two. Hips come up slightly. The left foot turns out 10 to 15 degrees, and we're bending the right knee 90 degrees. Take your gaze over your front fingers. Try to relax your shoulders so they're back and down, they're not shrugged up. And then we're going to check our alignment. We're looking down to make sure the right heel is lining up with the left arch, kind of the midpoint of your foot. Now, no matter how tall or short you are, you're trying to use almost the entire length of the mat. We're holding the pose, but we're not holding the breath. Transitioning to triangle, straightening the right leg, we tip over, placing the right hand on the lower right leg, left arm reaches up, looking up at the ceiling if you can. We're getting both legs as straight as possible, making the shape of a triangle. And now rebend your right knee, place the forearm on the thigh, left arm reaches up and over. This is extended side angle. Now we're gonna have two options here. So the first option is to stay supported. If you have a bad back, you wanna keep that forearm resting on the thigh. The second option, a little harder, you can take your right hand to your left wrist. Both arms are straight. Just makes the pose a little more intense. Still breathing, you're still checking on that right knee. 90-degree bend. Inhale, let's come back to Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And then exhale, torso shift only to reverse warrior. Left hand resting on the back of the left leg or the sacrum. You're looking up at your right hand. Try to loosen up the grip with that right foot if possible. Inhale, exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, pull the right foot back. We are here in down dog. Take a moment to bicycle out, alternate heel presses. Now we're going back to that upper body flow that we did earlier, but this time adding an optional challenge. Remember, it's just an option, so if this is too much for you, you don't have to add the lifted leg. Here's the option. We can lift the right leg, coming forward to plank, chaturanga hover, up dog, tops of the feet, press back to down dog. Now we have an option to lift the left leg. If it's too much, don't lift the leg. Coming forward to plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. We're going to do that 4 more times with or without the lifted leg. We are breathing. When you finish your 4, you will drop your knees and rest in child's pose. Remember, you're not rushing to finish. Take your time, pay attention to your form. When you're resting in child's pose, make sure you're sipping some water and you're coming to the practice already hydrated. Slowly moving now, extended child to down dog, Adho Mukha. You're looking at your feet. Inhale, lifting the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Try to get that foot as close to the front edge of the mat as you can. Pause as you pick your head up. Take your time coming up to the lunge. And now warrior two, hips come up slightly. The right foot spins out 10 to 15 degrees, bending the left knee 90 degrees. You're looking over the front fingers. And we're gonna do that alignment check. You glance down, make sure your left heel is lining up with the right arch. Trying to use almost the entire length of the mat. Straightening the left leg, we're tipping over into triangle. Trikonasana. Left hand resting on the lower left leg, right arm reaches up. Making a triangle with the legs. Now rebend your left knee, place the forearm on the thigh, right arm reaches up and over. Extended side angle. Now remember, if you have a bad back, you will stay here, supported. But if you wish, you can take your left hand to the right wrist. Both arms are straight. Checking on your left knee, make sure the knee is bent at 90 degrees. Inhale as you come back to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right hand resting on the back of the right leg. Looking up at your left hand. Now your left arm can be straight, it can be bent, whatever feels right to you. Either one is correct. Checking in with the breath. Inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, pull the left foot back. Here we are in down dog. We take a moment to bicycle out. Alternate heel presses. Now we're dropping down to all fours. We're going to move into a nice gentle shoulder stretch. This next pose is called the knot pose, K-N-O-T, like you're going to tie yourself into a knot. So the right palm is facing up. We're going to slide the right arm under the left. Your right ear is resting on the mat. Let's walk the left fingertips forward. You're getting that left arm completely straight. Your bottom's kind of sticking up in the air. So we're getting a nice stretch for the left side latissimus dorsi, the right side deltoid. You're still being mindful of your breath. Do not hold your breath. Now take your left hand, place it under the shoulder. Use your hand to gently push yourself up. We're back to all fours. And now the left palm is facing up. Slide your left arm under the right. The left ear is resting on the mat. Walk the right fingertips forward. Keep walking those fingertips forward until you get to a point where you're just kind of stuck. You can't go any further. Your bottom's kind of sticking up in the air. Placing that right hand under the shoulder, use your arm to push you up very gently. We're back to all fours. And now we're going to stretch our hips using the pigeon. So you're sliding the right knee forward, heel comes close to the groin area, extend your left leg back behind you. We're going to sit up really tall and then walk the hands forward. Try to get your forearms on the floor. If you'd like to go deeper, you may bring the forehead down as well. We're using our breath to try to relax into the stretch. If you hold your breath, your muscles will tighten. But if you can train yourself to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, keeping that mouth closed, it will actually help you relax. Let's pick the head up, bring the torso up. We're coming back to all fours. Same thing on the left side, so we're sliding the left knee forward, heel comes close to the groin area, extend that right leg back behind you. Try to get the top of the right foot on the floor. Sit up nice and tall with an elongated spine, and then start to walk the hands forward, bringing those forearms down, and you decide if you'd like to go deeper by bringing the forehead down as well. Listen to your body, and remember you might have one side that's a little tighter than the other. And now pick the head up. Let's bring the torso up as well. Swing your right leg out in front, then your left leg out. So we're sitting tall, just looking at the feet. Inhale as you reach your arms up, and exhale, you're folding over the legs. This is called the seated forward fold. Now, if your flexibility is limited, you might need a towel or a yoga strap. And you would simply wrap that towel or yoga strap around the feet and use it as an extension. Remember that flexibility takes time. It takes regular, consistent practice. And now release. Take your time as you come down onto your back, and we're going to move into happy baby. So you're reaching for the inside of the feet. The soles of the feet are looking up at the ceiling. If your back feels tight, you might try to just gently rock from side to side. And now bringing your feet to the mat, extend your legs out straight so the feet are a little wider than hips. Reaching your arms out to your sides, palms facing up, closing your eyes, and now we rest. On the inhale, we are bringing the knees into the chest. Just gently hug those knees in. And on the exhale, you begin to make small circles, massaging out the lower back. Pausing in the center, we reverse the direction of the circle. And pausing in the center, reach your arms straight out to your sides. Let your knees fall to the left as you turn your head to the right. And now inhale, bring the knees back to center. Exhale, slowly lower the knees to the right. Turn your head to the left, spinal twist. And now let's slowly roll over onto the right side of the body in a fetal position. placing your hands on the mat, use your arms to slowly, gently help you up to a comfortable seated posture. So you might try easy pose, which is just a crisscross, or you could do a half lotus with one foot on top, whatever feels comfortable. And then gently drape those hands over the knees. Let's drop the chin to the chest. Take your head in a semicircle only. And we'll do that one last time. Pausing in the center, looking straight ahead. We soften the gaze, releasing the arms. Let's inhale and exhale. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, think of one thing you are thankful for. Exhale, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time.